Edward Snowden, the man who exposed the secrets. A young man, just 29 years old, shook the most powerful government in the world. He revealed secrets no one was supposed to know. He exposed how billions of people were being watched, every call, every message, every search. His name is Edward Snowden. And this is his story. Edward Snowden was born on June 21, 1983, in Elizabeth City, North Carolina. He grew up in a patriotic family. His father worked in the U.S. Coast Guard, and his mother at the federal court. From a young age, Snowden was obsessed with computers. While other kids played outside, he was learning how to code. But life wasn't always easy. In high school, he got sick with mononucleosis and missed nearly a year of school. Instead of going back, he decided to get his GED and went to college, but that didn't last long. Snowden was more interested in learning on his own than sitting in a classroom. After the 9/11 attacks, Snowden felt a duty to serve his country. He joined the U.S. Army with hopes of becoming a Green Beret. But training was brutal, and after breaking both of his legs in an accident, he was discharged. But Snowden had another talent: computers. With his skills, he landed a job as a security expert for the CIA. He was one of the youngest technical specialists at the agency. He was sent on missions, worked in Switzerland, and helped protect America's secrets. But while working inside the intelligence world, he saw something that disturbed him. The U.S. government wasn't just spying on enemies. They were spying on everyone. Snowden found classified files that revealed something shocking: billions of phone calls, messages, and online searches were being collected. Not just from terrorists or criminals, but from normal, everyday people. The NSA, National Security Agency, had built a system that could watch the entire world. Every time you sent a message, made a call, or Googled something, the government was watching. Snowden realized this wasn't just wrong, it was illegal. But what could he do? If he spoke out, he could be arrested, or worse. Still, he made a choice: he would expose the truth. In early 2013, Snowden contacted two journalists, Glenn Greenwald and Laura Poitras. He sent them an anonymous message: "I have something you might be interested in." Snowden knew the U.S. government would hunt him down, so he fled to Hong Kong. There, in a small hotel room, he met with the journalists and handed them the files. Days later, The Guardian and The Washington Post published the bombshell reports. The world was shocked. Protests broke out. The U.S. government denied everything at first, but the evidence was clear. Snowden had revealed the biggest surveillance scandal in history. Snowden had nowhere to run. The U.S. charged him with espionage. He knew if they caught him, he could spend life in prison, or worse. So he made a daring escape. He planned to go to Ecuador for asylum, but there was a problem: his passport was cancelled mid-flight. He landed in Moscow but couldn't leave. Stuck in the airport for weeks, he became the most wanted man in the world. Eventually, Russia granted him temporary asylum. Snowden was now an exile, trapped in a country he never planned to stay in. Despite being thousands of miles away, Snowden continued to fight. He spoke at conferences, wrote a book, and warned the world about the dangers of government surveillance. But his life was not easy. He couldn't see his family. He was constantly watched. And he knew that one mistake could mean capture. But life went on. He fell in love, got married, and started a new chapter. He still dreams of going home, but as of today, he remains in Russia. Snowden's actions changed the world. After his leaks, countries passed new privacy laws. Tech companies like Apple and Google started encrypting their data. And people became more aware of digital privacy. But not everyone sees Snowden as a hero. Some believe he endangered national security. Others say he is a whistleblower who stood up for the truth. One thing is clear: Edward Snowden changed history. Edward Snowden was just an ordinary man who made an extraordinary choice. He risked everything to expose the truth. Whether you see him as a hero or a traitor, one thing is certain: his story is far from over. If you found this story interesting, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. It really helps us bring more deep and thought-provoking content your way.